Okay, so I'm not feeling very good today. It's kind of inevitable that when you make a video every day, you will get sick. But I managed to stop it until today. So that, you know, kind of an achievement. But today is just one of those days where I'm just a bit pissed off. Like, we got men working on the roof. I'm having to film this during their lunch break. Because it's just like banging 24/7. The light's bad, I have so much to do today, I'm ill, I'm just not in the zone at all. So, today we're going to talk about how to avoid a fuckboy, how to recognise a fuckboy, and then avoid them like the plague. I'd say I'm well acquainted with fuckboys. Not recently, like not in recent months, but maybe prior to February. So I've made a little list, I've compiled a list of things that I think are classic fuckboy characteristics. And for the benefit of you and the benefit of me, just so I've got it like, you know, down on paper, I thought I'd share them today. Because if we can manage to make one person out there avoid a fuckboy from this video, then I'm basically an educational resource. We have two sections. We have the basic, like, meeting someone for the first time kind of fuckboy criteria. And then we have the kind of second higher level of, I have invited you into my life in some way and you're a more devious fuckboy, and only now am I seeing those characteristics which show your true self. I'm going to refer to him as a he. I'm sure you can get female fuckboys and equivalents in whatever gender and orientation you're interested in. So just bear in mind right now, male pronouns. He schmoozes up to you in a club. In fact, he thinks he can meet anyone romantically in a club. I've genuinely met guys that say that a technique they use in order to get into girls' knickers is to just ask questions and listen to what they say because it makes the girl feel special. And thus, apparently that's a good technique to fuck them. So, if you notice that happening, don't do it. I don't trust a single man that uses the cry laugh emoji. So if he's using the cry laugh emoji, avoid him. In addition to that, he says aha or lol excessively. If he did a ski season, now I'm not saying that every guy who does a ski season is a fuckboy, but I do think it lends itself to fuckboy characteristics. If he says all girls this or all girls that, we are not a homogenous group. If you get onto a remotely interesting topic and then he tries to avoid it because he says it's going a bit deep. Sure, if we're talking about like the nature of life and death, yeah, get it, bit deep. Anything above that, I think we're kind of fine. If he only messages you post selfie, you know what that means. I know what that means. We both know what that means. Following on from that, if he only texts you at 2 a.m, what does he want? I'm just saying, what does he want? If he quotes G-Eazy, I'm just saying, classic white fuckboy. Okay, now we move on to the higher level. This is like, you know them a bit, maybe you're dating or you're going on a couple of dates. Maybe you've actually let this person into your life for real. Maybe they're a friend. I don't know. Also, this is negating the obvious stuff like he's a manipulative prick. You know, that's like relatively obvious, I would hope. This is like slightly more subtle. He acts too cool for things. Like, he acts too cool for people. That attitude of I am better than this, that is such a warning sign. You should relish in the embarrassing things that you like and dislike from afar the things that you don't, but not make other people feel shitty for liking those things. Following on from that, if he acts too cool for you, fuck him. If he speaks like an asshole around his friends, especially about women, that's a warning sign, get away. If he's paranoid about keeping your friendship or relationship private, there's no reason to be paranoid about that shit. Who's he hiding it from? Who is he hiding it from? If he doesn't take no for an answer, and I mean that just in the sense of, hey, I want to see you tonight, are you free? And you're like, no, sorry, I'm not. He's like, oh, why not? Why not? Why not? Anything like that, And when he doesn't get what he wants in that kind of situation, he has a pattern of behaviour, like maybe involving guilt tripping or blackmailing or silent treatment, being dismissive, being angry. There are so many of those characteristics. You can mix and match them all like a fucking pick and mix. If he does any kind of process of those emotional techniques, he's got his own issues that he needs to sort out. If he's unable to see other people's points of view, always a red flag for me. If he flips between being into you and ignoring you, this is so classic. This is like textbook. And then if as soon as you act disinterested, he suddenly gets more interested, that shows you a lot. It's all a game to him. If he's more interested in your body than in your conversation, we all know what that means. I've met a bunch of people that do this, unfortunately, but if he says something ignorant and then argues his point of view in a really patronizing way towards you, ooh, get out of there. Get out of there now. If he has expectations for potential partners and thinks of them as lesser if they haven't got that. So maybe that's just going to the gym. Maybe that's having a degree. Maybe that's being into Woody Allen films. Definitely not one from personal experience. If he makes jokes about immigrants, about disabled people, about anyone trans, about young mothers, no way in hell, no, 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 no. This is obviously a more flexible one, but if he talks about having cheated in the past, / if you hear from other people that he's cheated in the past and he hasn't mentioned it to you. Everyone makes mistakes, communication is very important, but just be aware of that kind of shit. If he acts disinterested and makes you second guess yourself, literally not worth your time. Like, that's causing you anxiety, that's causing you stress. Don't even bother. Because you can always find someone that doesn't have these characteristics and doesn't behave like this that is even more interested in you. If he's patronizing to the point where you consider it a personality flaw of his, like you describe him as patronizing, that says it all. And finally, if he's not very nice to his mum, don't waste your time. So that, from my personal experience, is how to spot a fuckboy a mile off. He doesn't have to have all these characteristics, but if you're noticing quite a few, I'd like step away from the inevitable catastrophe. Right, I'm gonna go back to being pissed off and reading my emails and So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.